Hello, welcome to Lifelong English Major. And granted, lifelong English major in the times I've been doing it has had to do with books and libraries and this and that and the other thing, and all this wonderful stuff. But this one, for one thing, this is mine. Therefore, I can do anything I want. And so this is, yes, it's lifelong English major, and this is dealing with the Auburn State Theatre. And I think that's part of it. I have Colleen Sands, who is the executive director of Auburn State Theatre. And we know about Auburn State Theatre. There it is. We always see it. If we wander around Auburn, there it is. Unfortunately, it's not open. And it hasn't been open for how long?
It'll be 3 years in April.
3 years in April.
Yes.
Okay. And so why hasn't it? Well, actually, first of all, how long have you been executive director?
For 3 years.
3 years. Mm-hmm. Was this before you?
I started January of 2023 on actually my second go round as executive director, and the plan was to stay in place
and have a good time and have all these wonderful things and
just continue the momentum we had. Oh. We had built it up so well, and we were doing great, bigger shows, bigger audiences.
Yes.
And I was supposed to be there for 18 months to provide some stability with the community and our employees, and then we would look for a new executive director. And here we are, and I've been 3 years in an 18-month contract. 4 months in.
That's frustrating.
4 months into it, we suffered a catastrophic ceiling collapse.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So let's tell me about that ceiling collapse.
Well, we discovered on Thursday night.
Ceiling collapse.
Ceiling, yes. It was never the roof. That's the first thing. We did a movie on Thursday night, and there was some dust on one of the seats, and they just brushed it off, not thinking anything of it. And the next morning, our janitor came in, and they called me down to the theater and said, "Here's the dust again." And I looked up, and there were two very large cracks across the top of the ceiling, and I instructed our house manager to shut us down, that we had shows to cancel for the weekend. We couldn't take the chance that anything was going to happen. And I went on my merry way for a vacation that was scheduled, thinking that this is all going to be okay.
Sure.
Yeah. And that was a Friday night, and then over the weekend, the crew went in to check it out and took some fibers for testing, and unfortunately it came back that it was positive for asbestos.
Oh dear.
And then our general contractor came in on Monday night. He surveyed it. He said, "It's okay, it's not going to go tonight." And at 6 o'clock the next morning, I was contacted by our alarm company notifying me that the fire department was in the auditorium, and we had a loss of about 90% of the ceiling. So we're just very, very fortunate. No one was injured.
The words you will note that I'm not saying the words that we are all thinking about. So darn.
Yes. So that began the process, and we thought that we could repair the ceiling quickly, but with the collapse, the asbestos spread throughout the entire auditorium, all over the beautiful red velvet Grauman's Chinese Theater seats. They turned white.
Was my name on one of those?
Yes. Many names, and it's a tragedy, really, that we lost it all. We did our best to remediate it, but it was impossible. We could not guarantee that all of the asbestos was gone, and the process to do that was going to be astronomical, and we felt in the best interest of our patrons that we just needed to get rid of it all. So it was all done through the state, So
now, what about that stuff, that
the asbestos?
Asbestos.
Mm-hmm.
What? So what?
Well,
And I know so what. Tell us.
sure. So it's considered a carcinogenic material, and being exposed to the air, it could cause potential damage in individuals. And by the state of California, we are required to get rid of it. So we hired a company to do asbestos remediation and removal, and they came in. Yes, and they came in and extensive work. It was truly one of those science fiction movies you see of people going through airlocks with the full, gear on to protect those workers.
Sure.
Exactly. And then everything was contained within devices like big dumpsters that were sealed, and then it's taken to a specific site down in Central California that specializes in getting rid of all of those things.
Good.
So yes.
Good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, I am thrilled. I am gratified and so happy to say that there are generous community partners for hosting events.
Absolutely.
Old Oddfellows Lodge, number 7, Congregational Church, Auburn Recreation District, Veterans Memorial Hall, Crooked Lane Brewing Company, Hotel Vista Sierra, and New Auburn Cemetery. And the longer I'm here, and I'm feeling tears. The longer I live here, the more happier I am.
Yes.
Because this is such a good place.
It's an amazing community.
Yes.
We're so fortunate.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And aren't you proud? You should be proud because you are. Gosh, this is just lovely.
It is. It's very heartwarming.
Yes, and I'm thrilled that they're doing this, and I'm part of, just a tiny bit of me is going to be sorry that when the theater opens up, you aren't going to be having them doing this anymore. But they may have figure out something else to do.
Right. Well, and there will still be opportunities in the future to work with all of them in one way or another. I can imagine that where we do our radio shows during the summer is in the parking lot of First Congregational Church.
The radio shows. The radio shows. Tell us more.
Oh, well, we have our own acting company called the State Theatre Acting Company, and during the pandemic, a gentleman that's a patron of ours suggested that we should do the old time radio shows. So our acting company ran with it and started small, actually at Poor Choice in Old Town back in 2020. And the audience was very small, and then we grew it from there. And one of the actors is Pastor Dan Spacek at First Congregational Church. And Dan offered the church parking lot as a venue, and we started doing the shows there, and individuals bring their chairs and their cocktails or their food and enjoy a free show. We do these shows for free. We want to bring the community together, and
they like to get money, and I'm thrilled to give them money.
Right, we do pass the hat and get donations, and we've been doing that now for 4.5 years at least. And with Oddfellows, that venue is small enough that there will be opportunities. We've been doing an acoustic guitar series there that lends itself to a smaller audience, and it feels very intimate. So I don't see these partnerships going away completely.
That's wonderful.
I see them morphing into something even better. It's fun to do these outdoor venues. Crooked Lane, they came to us years ago about sponsoring The Big Lebowski. And we did it in the theater, and the owner is so pro, he asked us to come back when we were shut down and do it outside, and now it's become a very fun event to do.
Oh, good.
Yes, so it's just incredible. 2S Brewery, too, partners with us. They created a beer specifically for an event that we had.
A specific beer
That they brewed for us for an event we held at Auburn Recreation District. It was called Haul and Ass, and it's about burro racing. And so they came up with a beer specifically for that event.
Oh, how cool.
Yes, it's really wonderful. They're it's not all us, it's the creativity of others as well, that they come to us and say, hey, we think this would be great, and we're great, let's do it, let's partner.
Oh my.
We're very, to your point about this community, we are very blessed to be part of this community and to have the support that we have. And the whole idea behind these partnerships too is to keep the theater alive while
Yes.
we're shut down, because I don't want people to think we've gone away completely.
True.
We're just in a
Yeah.
transition.
And I every time I go by the theater, I see different things up there.
Yes.
And that's really wonderful.
It is. We have wonderful volunteers that change that sign every week for
Yes,
us, and
yes.
wonderful volunteers that put posters up around town, and then we had an artist that created them. I don't know if you've seen it outside the doors, the construction doors. We had that all painted with our logo about this restoration is called Restore the Magic.
Restore the magic.
Restore the
Okay.
magic. And that's what we're doing in trying to raise the money to bring this theater back better than ever.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So thinking about that, when might that happen?
Well, working to get that money is going to take time. And I joke, my husband actually plays the Powerball and the Mega Millions for me every week, so that if I won, I could write the check, and then we could have the theater back up within 18 months if we had all the money. So it's a matter of getting the money first.
And the money for the inside.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Well, the inside and the outside, because we are changing. We're adding a portion to the back of the building so that we can change the entry into the stage area for all of our groups, all of our actors, and not have to come through the front of the building anymore.
Okay.
So that's a new portion of the building, and then the whole exterior will be repainted and looks brand new type of thing. But inside is where the majority of the work is. So,
Okay.
yes.
So you are hoping for people to provide money.
That would
Of
be course,
nice.
it would be wonderful, but also to connect us with people that they might know. We're not asking anybody to go ask for money, we're just asking for the opportunity to present to people. Come in, we'll do what we call a briefing, and we go over what our plans are, because we are phasing this work right now. And then we share with them our vision of what the future will be for the theater and the community.
Okay. So what do you expect? When it opens, what do you expect?
I think that it's always been referred to as the gem of the community or the heart of the community, and I think that what I hope for is that it's even a better facility for all people. It will be. That's our goal, is to make this as accessible as possible. I mean, we're dealing with a building that is almost 100 years old, and so accessibility has always been an issue. It'll also have the state-of-the-art technology in acoustics and sound, in sight lines with the chairs, so it'll just be a wonderful experience. The minute you walk in the door, you'll just feel like you're back in an Art Deco period based on the design, but you know that you've got the latest and greatest to provide you an incredible experience.
Okay.
So we're trying to make it for everyone, from the patron to the performer.
Okay.
We have a very proud history of making the entertainers feel at home, and that we really pay attention to them. So we want to continue that, in addition to providing them with a great environment.
I've experienced that
Good.
with them. We like this.
Yes.
We like this.
Yes, they often ask, "Can we come back? When can we come back?"
Yeah.
We're open next year. It's really heartwarming that they feel that way about
Yeah.
us. So
Okay.
we're going to try to continue that as well. We're doing that right now, actually, with Oddfellows. We've been doing the acoustic guitar series, and every single one of them wants to come back and perform. So yeah, it's been great.
Great.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Now, why did you get started?
Oh, I came along before the project of Tear Down the Wall. It was an event.
Tear down the wall.
Tear Down the Wall. It was a event that was held as a street party, And a friend of mine was on the board at the time, asked me to come because I have a background in event planning and project management. And so that's how I started, was helping him plan this street party where they were going to have 300 couples at $1,000 a couple to raise the money for Tear Down the Wall.
And I don't know what you mean by tear down
So-
the wall. I don't remember.
So the theater was divided into two small theaters.
Yes.
And so
I
we
do
tore that
remember
center wall
Yeah,
down
yeah.
and created the auditorium
Yes.
of 350 seats.
Yes.
So that's how I got involved, and then I was asked to join the board, and so here we are, 13 years later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to have a top time too? Like
A mezzanine?
yeah.
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay.
Yes. So we're expanding the capacity to 425 people altogether. So
Wow.
that's the plan.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my. So if you, my goodness. So I have a question.
Sure.
What's so wonderful about the state? But just and I know what is so wonderful about it.
Well, it still is a place that a lot of people experienced back in the 50s and 60s and loved the theater back then, and they continue to love it now, and it brings back such feelings of nostalgia when they're there. We've brought back an individual onto the project who used to go to the movies there and then worked on the building in the 70s and now is back as full part of the project, and he actually got teary-eyed about the fact that I'm back. It means so much to so many, and I just want that to continue.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a wonderful place for people to gather, to enjoy entertainment. Back in the day, we were also doing debates during the elections. We would have those, or we would have the city council speaking, offering opportunities for everyone to participate in those kinds of meetings. And so we're very versatile. We also do a lot of rentals when we were open, meaning other companies come in. Placer Pops is one of them that loves to be at our theater. They can't wait for us to come back.
Yeah.
And providing a venue for the rental people to perform. So we're looking to work with the symphony too to do some things. Yes,
Yeah.
that would be our ideal. So
Good.
yes.
Okay. Before we started talking to you guys, you mentioned about ABC and CBS
Oh,
once a year.
well, they come when we're doing events, or to cover. 3 years ago, they all came to cover what had happened with the collapse of the ceiling, that kind of thing. But we have an annual fundraiser that we do that they'll come and cover because we change the theme every year, and they just think it's a great, because we do a street party now called
Yes.
Cocktails and Cinema.
Yes.
So.
And when
And that'll be, this year is going to be Saturday, June 6th.
June 6th.
Yes. And it's going to be a country theme, and the band Moonshine Crazy will be performing that night. And they're a local band that has quite a following. They performed at our theater before, and they just always draw a crowd. So they're going to
of course.
Yes, they're going to perform. So it's an evening of appetizers and dinner, cocktails, and
Yes.
yes.
And what, June 6th?
June
and
6th.
That's the first Saturday,
Yes.
isn't it? I can't go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Me too. Me too. But I understand that there are things, all sorts of things.
Always.
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 Yeah.
There's always something going on in Auburn.
Yes. So June 6th, it's the country system.
Country theme.
Theme. And the group is what?
Moonshine Crazy.
Moon Shine Crazy. I love that. Okay. And wow, I wish what I'll do is pretend I'm going.
Okay.
And give you money.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so kind.
How much does
Thank
it
you.
cost?
It's $100 per person.
$100 per person. Okay.
But we don't ask for anything else. We don't do a silent auction or a live auction. We don't do a fund need as of now. We created this event as a celebration of the community in addition to a small fundraiser for us. So we just invite everybody to come and celebrate Auburn, celebrate the theater, and enjoy yourselves.
Okay. Well, if you can come, go. If you can't go, pay. That would be lovely. That would be really lovely. And if you want to pay, look at auburnstatetheatre.org, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are interested in learning more, look at auburnstatetheatre.org or see Sands at auburnstate.org. Is it difficult to talk to these ABC and CBS people?
No, for me, it's because I'm just being honest, and it comes from my heart and my head of how much I love this community, how much I love this theater, and I never envisioned I'd be in this position right now that I'm so enmeshed, and basically I've failed at retirement for the second time, and but I love it, and I love this community, so it's easy to talk about what you love.
Yes. How long have you been in this community?
25 plus years.
Okay.
We celebrate our anniversary next month, March. 25 years. So.
All right.
Tim was born and raised here. My husband Tim was born and raised here, so I had to get myself into this community and figure things out, and they just were open arms, welcoming and loving.
What a surprise!
I know.
Did you work?
No, before I moved up here, I lived in the Bay Area, and I was working full time down there. But when we got married, I stopped working.
Okay.
And then I started working in my girlfriend's children's classes, and helped start a 501c3 up in Grass Valley. So for a few years I did that, and then I took care of family members for the next few years. And then
that's nice.
Finally, I started with the community by joining the Amgen committee that brought the Amgen Bike Race of California to Auburn. And from that, I met 3 of my best friends in the whole community, and from that I did Leadership Auburn, and from that that's when I got involved with the theater in 2013, and I was on the hospital board for 9 years as well.
Wow.
And I have done the Faith and Fantasy Ball for the last 15
Oh my
years.
goodness! Oh my goodness!
And we just started a 501c3 for that event called Friends of Auburn Faith, and it's just handles faith and fantasy, and we write the hospital a check every year now. So
Good.
We just did our first one as the 501c3 in November.
Neat.
Yeah.
Neat.
It's very, very fun. Very fun. So.
Okay.
And all of those connections are what this community is all about. So.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. Briefly, what did you work about before you came?
Oh, I have such an eclectic background, but it was
just like now.
Yes. I was very involved. I was a facilities manager at one point. I was an account manager at my last job, which was actually like project management on steroids. And I handled Northern California for Coldwell Banker. My company was a furnishings company. So as I used to say, I built a lot of cubicle farms, and yeah.
Okay.
And I was exposed to this area back in '95. I actually worked at HP as a contractor. Our company had their contract, so that introduced me to this area. But I've always been in love with this area because I would ski all the time, so we'd always stop here in Auburn. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It seems to me that you are perfect to do what you're doing for the State Theater.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Things happen for a reason.
Okay. What is your favorite part? What has been your favorite part of the Auburn State Theater?
Oh wow!
Okay. Tell me some of what are your favorite parts.
Well, I personally love and support our State Theater Acting Company from day one when it was suggested to us that we should do this. And I have been, they refer to me as their biggest cheerleader because I'm their biggest cheerleader. I am in awe of people who have talent, singing, dancing. I don't have that creativity. And I admire it so much, and they have gone beyond my expectations of putting on professional musical shows that people are wowed by, and that bring such joy to so many people, including the actors and singers and performers who all do it as volunteers. None of them get paid to do it, and they do it from their heart. And I think that is one of the things that the State Theatre should be most proud of, is we have an incredible acting company.
You heard that? You heard that here. I agree.
We do. If you ever get a chance to come to one of their free radio shows in the summer, or they do an annual Christmas show in the sanctuary of the church, First Congregational Church, it is beyond. It's entertaining. It's all. They did video. They do singing. They do their acting, and in full costume and full makeup, and they are so beautifully talented, and it's just an awesome thing to see.
Yes. Okay. What about shows?
Well, so
I mean,
we do 2 movies a month at least. Sometimes we do more based upon the audience desires. We are very well known for doing documentaries, which we have found surprisingly. That's our niche right now, is doing a lot of documentaries. A lot of things are about sports as well, because we are the endurance capital of the world, so we get a lot of people through. Then our concerts, we are, as I said, we're doing an acoustic series right now, guitars, and it has been highly successful. People love it. It's a Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock show. And then when we were in full operation, we were bringing in acts that we had never touched upon before. We were bringing in tribute bands, and that nostalgia plays well here in Auburn. And so our shows were bigger, and and then having our rentals as well. And we're hoping down the road to include children's programming, so that we can bring children into the world of arts and acting and dancing. All kinds of plans for the future.
children.
Children.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
There's a need for these children to be exposed to art. They don't receive it in school, and so we want to be part of that world and make a difference in their lives in the future. Yes.
That's neat. That's neat. Oh my. Okay. If you want to know more, look on to auburnstatetheatre.org. THEATRE. That's how it works. .org. And if you want to talk with Colleen Sands, CSANDS at auburnstatetheatre.org. Colleen, I've had a wonderful time.
As have I. Thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again.